Be sure to hit that like button. That will help the algorithm. Share my content for those that may not know of my little channel, and we can get more Ravens to join the conversation. But I got a lot of things to talk about on this live stream. But first, let me show you my. Yeah, they have to return parts tuning, and this is like really critical. I think I heard somebody mention this before, but I can't. When I thought about it, yeah, they really have to return parts tuning in this game, either from the 4th gen or the 5th gen, but they definitely have to. And I'll claim the redefine. So the reason why they should return parts tuning in this game, I know they have a little bit of tuning, but nothing of the caliber that we saw in the 4th gen or the 5th gen. Now I prefer 5th gen parts tuning, where you can tune the weaponry to your liking. Those little minor differences made weapons either be viable or non-viable. It definitely required you to have a lot of money invested, but part tuning is such a big thing because it will definitely encourage replayability. And if you want to think about this game in the long run, you have to have something to have the players come back to this game even when they beat it 100%. So that's just something that I couldn't remove off my list of things that they have to return. If they don't do anything else, they have to return parts tuning, in my opinion. Well, that can go with my point that I'm going to make, my point number 2. So, in my opinion, they need to make the boost toggle a thing. When I know we can toggle it off and on while we're on the ground, but I don't like this space, what you call it, the space walking, space hover. I need to be able to turn that boost off and on like in the 5th gen. This is a 5th gen thing. Actually in the 4th gen, you were able just to turn off your boost, mid-flight, and it'll basically make your fall faster. Now, by regular speed, it seems like, we may be falling at a decent pace, but I believe we should have the boost toggle to be off and on, even in mid-flight. Like, when I'm doing this, I should be able to turn my boost off. I don't want to just float back to the ground. I need to turn this sucker off. So, that's just me. Okay, so I have a third point I'm going to make here before I go to my next mission. It kind of piggybacks off of the point that we were making about the legacy parts, the boost toggle off and on the radiator, and this goes to expand the parts list. Okay, I'm not talking about adding more unique weapons, but I would definitely like to see more similar weapons. 5th gen was really good at this in terms of having 3 to 4 or maybe even 5 of the same weapon, but the stats were altered in a way that suits your build style. So if you wanted, let's just say we wanted a rifle with a little bit more rapid fire, there was maybe a different rifle that will give you that, but it'll have less attack power in trade-off. Or you have a rifle of the same build or different spec, a different mod, where it will be a little bit further. It will hit a little bit harder, but the muzzle velocity will be smaller. Now, that's another thing, and I'm just going to double check this while I'm in this conversation here, because I may be wrong. Okay, let me see. There's something I wanted to check out. Exactly. Okay, that's the point I also missed. And see, there's nothing on here. There was a big major stat that was in the previous generation, and I believe it was in the 5th gen. I believe it was in the 4th gen, and maybe in other gens too. We do not have a muzzle velocity, okay? And for those that are unsure or uninitiated on what muzzle velocity is, it's basically how fast your bullet travels from point A to point B. It was really big in the 5th gen, where you had battle rifles that were really, really slow. You had sniper rifles that were really, really fast. You had, regular assault rifles that were kind of in between. This game doesn't have muzzle velocity, unless I'm missing it or it's labeled something else. But I noticed after a while when I was in PvP, when I was trying to select weapons, it didn't have muzzle velocity, and that really bothered me. So expanded parts list, where you have similar weapons, more similar weapons that have altered stats. That way it gives us more variety to play with, and bring back the muzzle velocity. It's actually, I guess I'll jump in it because I made this my last point, but so you want side jobs, right? That don't really affect the story. Now, I'm gonna go out of order, but they should have included, in my opinion, I stand on this 10 toes, an invasion system. The invasion system would be so nice in this game. Now I know it sounds crazy to have an invasion system in this game, because the game is already complex as is. Oh, I didn't notice that. But they can have sections. Well, first of all, you have to ask the player if they want to have invasion systems included in their campaign. And there will be sections of the level where it will be a scheduled invasion. Okay? Now, it's going to be very complex because the invasion system will have to work on based on the equipment that you currently have on your build. So you don't want to get wrecked by somebody that has the latest, weaponry that completely outmatches you. You want to have somebody that's somewhat similar to your build. That invader will have one repair kit while you still have your 3. Now, what's the incentive behind it? Now, the incentive is you will get a bonus if you destroy the invader at the end of the mission, regardless of how many fails that you have, failed attempts. Now, why would you want to have extra money? Well, if they bring back the tuning aspect of the game, then that gives you more incentive to play the game, because you're getting more money, so you can do more parts, more builds, more complexity, more deep diving. But they have to, this system is built on if they bring back the tuning aspect of the game. That's just my opinion. So yeah, if they bring back tuning, then they should definitely bring back or bring in invasion. So that way I can get to my next point. So far we covered parts tuning, boost toggle, expansion parts list, co-op, ranking system, and invasion system. And the last one that I think they should make a tweak to is PvP additional mode. Now, in this additional mode, you will have access to repair kits, but there'll be no rounds. Okay, so you'll have your 3 repair kits. You'll have access to your expansion parts, not just one of them, but 3 of them. But there will be no rounds. How awesome would that be? Co-op needs a return. We already seen the YouTuber Luke Yui, special shout outs to them for modding co-op in the game. It's only available in hopefully FromSoftware. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, being a part of this channel. Stay tuned for more Armor Core content coming soon. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment on the video. And other than that, guys, have a great day, have a great evening, have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'll be better about making a schedule for this. Other than that, guys, take care, have a wonderful day, and always stay fly, Ravens.